Hey there hunters, and welcome back to the Gunners Guild. Today I'm going to demonstrate the heavy and light RNG cannons. These builds will be focusing on explosives with heavy bowgun. While I like the light RNG cannon, I use these sets mainly to farm because they're kind of brain dead and dumb to play. But let's just dive right in. First off, I use the term RNG cannon because it's entirely up to RNG whether or not you have enough ammo to kill the monster efficiently, or if the monster just kills you outright. You don't have a whole lot of say in the matter, to be honest. The light RNG cannon is a lot less RNG dependent, but obviously kills slower than the heavy RNG cannon. The main skills for these set is going to be the Xenojiva set bonus skill, Ammo Saver. This gives us a chance to not consume ammo when firing. This set basically revolves around that skill. With the Ammo Saver skill, we're going to be using ammo with very limited carrying capacities, and praying to RNGesus that we have enough to kill the monster. Let's jump into heavy RNG cannon. This build uses a Zora Magdaros heavy bowgun. We use this one because not only can it load cluster 3s, which is going to be our primary ammo, but it can load sleep 2s, Wyvern fires, and stickies for backup. For bowgun mods, it really doesn't matter since recoil, reload, and damage mods don't affect cluster 3s. So we're just going to go with whatever you want. Obviously we're going to need the Xeno set bonus, and we're also going to need 3 ranks of ammo up, which is going to let us load 2 cluster 3s instead of 1. This is basically the entire set, as Xeno will occupy 3 pieces, and the other 2 are for Kirin Legs and Azure Wrath chest to give us the ammo up skills. You can rearrange some pieces if you have a free element decoration or you want to use the Valhazak gloves for peak performance, but there's not a whole lot of wiggle room here. From there, you're just going to fill in your decorations and get as much raw out of it as you can. Explosives only scale with raw, so you don't need crit or crit boost or anything like that. The only skills that really help you deal more damage here are attack boost, peak performance, heroics, and agitator. I use peak performance and attack boost to finish up my set. Here's my completed heavy RNG cannon set. It's really simple. For tools, you'll need Rocksteady mantle and health booster just to keep yourself alive. Using it is simple. You put on the mantle, you put down the booster, and you fire clusters. That is it. You'll need to make more clusters while you reload, but that's basically the whole cycle. Now at this point you're just praying to RNGesus that monsters don't do multi-hit attacks like Foul and Kushala have, or that you get enough procs in the Xenogear to give you enough ammo to kill the monster. You're not really playing the game at this point, you're just rolling dice. Now the light RNG cannon, as the name suggests, require a lot less RNG and a bit more movement and skill. The setup is almost the same though. We're going to need 2 ranks of ammo up just so we can load 2 cluster 1s, so we can forego the 3rd by swapping out some gear and using Val's gloves. We're going to use the Diablos heavy bowgun since it's the highest raw heavy bowgun in the game, and we can put non-elemental boost on top of it. Non-elemental boost works on bowguns so long as the gun itself cannot load any elemental shots. We put 2 close range mods on it and a reload mod here. Close range does affect damage of Wyvern fire, and a reload mod will help us load them slightly faster. With a similar set as the RNG cannon, we need to work in Artillery 3 and non-elemental boost, which is easy enough. The artillery skill states that it boosts Wyvern fire damage, which is from gun lance, but it works on Wyvern shots as well. Here's my light RNG cannon setup. It's pretty similar to the heavy RNG cannon setup though. We still use the health booster and the Rocksteady mantle. The light RNG cannon uses Wyvern shots instead of cluster 3s, but we still need cluster 3s as backup for a little extra damage we can pump out when the monster's downed. Unless RNG answers your prayers, you're not actually going to have enough ammo to kill a monster on Wyvern's fire alone. Wyvern's fire works a little bit differently than clusters since we sort of have to actually aim it and get close to the monster. Although we can deal concentrated damage to the face of a monster and get knockdowns a lot easier. We still need to combine Wyvern shots and clusters while reloading though. It's definitely not as strong as clusters, but requires much less RNG and doesn't need mantles or boosters to actually work. Unfortunately, there's not really a good mantle or booster to use with it when you're just stagger locking a monster, so I just ended up using Rocksteady and Health Booster anyway. Now Wyvern's Fire is also a lot more multiplayer friendly compared to clusters, since you can aim your shots mostly up in the air and hit the monster without blowing away your teammates. Here's a total list of skills that will affect explosives in these builds. Feel free to use whatever floats your boat. Alright, well that's all I got for these builds. Let's hope they get nerfed soon. And thanks for watching you guys. I'll see you next time.